This is your 2020 update with Steve Edwards. This report is brought to you by Vitarain. If it's good enough for Eddie Barbieri, who are you to say different? Mike Storch demanding trade from Team Blue, citing creative differences with goalie Will Estes. Another breaking development in the Sean Beatty steroid scandal. Former Team Black teammate Will Valena has come forward with a syringe he says he himself used to inject Beatty with high HGH and anabolic steroids. You're going to have to put your Tex jerseys away with your Pirelli jerseys. In the same offseason that he has already changed his name to Sexy Texy, he now wishes legally to be known simply as Texford. A big loss last night by Ecto A. A Patrizi hat trick couldn't salvage the lack of heart, hustle, and production from Beatty and Sapphire, who combined for a minus 12, 11 of which from the captain himself. Rapid Fire 19 is Saturday at 12 p.m. That's your 2020 update. I'm Steve Edwards. Smell you later.
Wow, just fantastic stuff, Steve. So, you say that there's a steroid scandal now?
It's looking that way. You know, Will Valena's come forward. He says that he himself had the syringe in his hand and stuck it where he wanted it.
Wow, that's graphic. Is that
his
appropriate
words.
for radio?
That's verbatim.
Well, good thing we're not on radio. I don't think the internet has any restrictions.
I hope not.
Nutsack. All right. So, Steve, we just got finished talking to His Holiness the Pope Sean Sapphire.
I heard. Good interview.
Yeah. What do you? And now he's picked Devin McDonald. Devin McDonald and Team Blue to win it all.
It hurts me to say it. It's hard to disagree. Looking at the roster, it's really hard to disagree.
Now, what we already talked with Sapphire. Now, what do you? And you said that Team Blue before you. I believe you said that Team Blue you believe has the most depth. Now, who do you think?
Up here.
Now, if you think
yes. That is what I think.
Are you sure?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I think Blue's going to take it down.
And boom goes the dynamite.
I think this is the year that Devin gets the monkey off his back. He gets his cup.
Do you remember the massive celebration when yourself and Brian Logan finally won your championship?
I absolutely do.
Do you think
greatest moment of my life?
I don't think your fiance will be very happy with that.
My what now?
What do you think the celebration would be like if Devin and Team Blue won?
I think a little subdued. I think there's going to be a lot of sadness in the arena. I'm sure Devin will be happy. I think he might be the only one. I think a lot of people are going to be really sad to see another curse end.
It's something to talk about.
What are we gonna? The filth thing is getting old.
I said
honestly,
after
nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, he hasn't played in like 22 rapid fires.
I mean, really, Devin wins his cup. And what's the curse? What's the streak?
I don't know. Sean Sapphire hasn't won in like a year.
Well, let me rephrase. What's the storyline?
I know. See, I said that after Logan won. I'm pretty sure I yelled into the camera, "What are we going to talk about?"
Yeah,
so
and Devin was there for us, but
I know
it's going to be tough if he wins. But everybody gives Devin a lot of flack, but everybody likes Devin, I guess, and he's, I guess, a good guy. And
it's why I never want the Cubs to win, because then we'll have to talk about the curse of the Kansas City Royals or some nonsense.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Bro. So you agree with Sean? You think Team Blue?
Yeah, I think Devin does it. He gets it done.
Now, do you think Sapphire stated that he thinks Richie Longo would be MVP? Do you have any guesses as to who could be MVP? Who's going to lead the tournament in scoring? Best, worst goalie, whatever.
You know what? Estes.
Let's
go Estes.
Really thinking out of the box with that one.
Let's go Estes. I say he gets in it. He's got one, right?
He's got a few.
He's got an MVP.
Mr. Producer,
He's got an MVP.
Oh, MVP?
Yeah. 9?
No.
I know.
How many titles does he have, Mr. Producer, Estes?
3.
3, okay. Well, 3 is not bad, since he's only been around for 10 tournaments, I think. 11, actually.
I think Estes really raises him up. Nah, he gets it done. He gets the MVP.
Now, who do you think could be? Who do you think is
James
the most?
Leonard. I'm sorry. You were saying?
I'm sorry. Someone's calling me.
Disaster. Totally unprofessional. Come on. Let's get real.
Yeah, I know. But at least it was Hulk Hogan. The Hulk Hogan theme music. Who do you think is the most overrated player in this tournament?
Oh, definitely not James Leonard.
No, James Leonard is the most underrated.
Most overrated? I mean, we talking price, or are we talking just their
anything?
presence?
Anything. Price.
I mean, Derek LeBeau, obviously, for obvious reasons. He's got to come to the front of your mind when you get a question like that. Mike Knowles is a little rusty. There's a couple of names that they haven't played in a while. See if they can shake the rust off real quick. Luckily it's a long tournament. They got a couple of games before the playoffs to really get their
practice
stuff
It's
together.
practice.
Yeah.
Remember, Beatty and Team Black went 0-6.
You know what? Everyone in the tournament is so talented, and there's so much depth in the tournament. It's really hard to say anybody's overrated. But my biggest concern would be just certain players shaking the rust off. There's a couple of guys that hibernate until each tournament come around, and those are going to be the guys that the microscope's going to be on.
Very good. Now, switching a little bit to me. Everyone's picking white and blue, and I agree. They all make a good case for themselves. But the last time I didn't make a prediction last tournament, but 2 tournaments ago I picked the exact correct finishes and how it was going to happen. I was perfect in my bracket. I picked Team Red. They won. Sean Rock, that Galicchio fella with the asterisk. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the year I did as well, actually.
Yeah. So, but I really think you can't count out. There goes my phone again. I really think you can't count out Sean Beatty, no matter what team he's on, and no matter what the goaltender is, no matter what their record is. Sean Beatty can put an entire team on his back and win a playoff game by himself.
You can never discount Sean Beatty, and he's got a good team. He does, but there's some questions at goaltender, and I think when you put him up against every other team in here, they're clearly a step back.
And a report came over the wire just no more than an hour ago that he signed a lucrative endorsement deal with Muscle Milk.
I heard about that. I don't know how that's going to affect his game. I don't know if the steroid news, anything comes from that. He may miss some games. So,
well, yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of question marks surrounding there's a black cloud over Team Black. This
mandatory 2.5 game suspension for a positive steroid test.
Right, exactly. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting Saturday. It's definitely going to be interesting.
Also, another interesting point nobody's brought up is that Jimmy Yanati, who is the oldest goaltender in the tournament, he's up there with Richie Spears, our resident old timer. And no matter what seems to happen, he's been in how many tournaments, Jimmy Yanati? He's been in 6 tournaments, and he's won half of them, Steve.
Well, I said that before. It's really easy to point fingers at Jimmy, but he has won 3 tournaments. So it's
running 50%. That is,
yeah. I mean, those are stats anybody would love to have. So it's easy to point the finger. It's easy to sit here like I just did and say this is the weakest team. But anybody can surprise you on Saturday.
Now, before we get out of here, Steve, any other players you want to give a shout out to? Anybody else that we maybe haven't talked about? Some of the lower tier guys that you think might have a little bit of an impact on Saturday?
No, not.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Mike Storch. No, I'm not. Let's be serious with that one. Yeah, no, Mike Storch. He's playing in the tournament, and yeah, everyone will boo him when he scores, if he scores, and
he won't.
That's pretty much it.
Disaster.
That's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zach Johnston, Scroats Magooch's evil twin. You can catch Scroats at the Rapid Fire Tournament on Saturday. He'll be between the benches, running the scoreboard and the music, as he always does, interviewing your favorite players. Steve Edwards won't be there on Saturday. He'll be working, but maybe he'll come and hang out. Who knows?
Probably not.
And for my producer, Gigantor behind the glass, Sean Sapphire, thank you for coming in. We will see you Saturday, 12 noon, Rapid Fire Arena, first game. Be there. This has been the Rapid Fire Talk Show. I'm pretty sure I've changed the name of this show like 3 times, but we'll go with that for now.
Keeps it interesting.
That's right. Remember, kids, wash those balls.